Hi everybody, welcome to Intermediate Accounting 1. I'm Professor Quinn, and in part 1 of this orientation video, I'm going to be showing you how we're going to utilize Blackboard this semester and the resources that are available to you on Blackboard. And in part 2, we'll be talking about Cengage now. So when you first log into Blackboard, it's going to bring you to this announcements page. At the start of every week on Monday, I will be sending out an announcement with reminders about what's due in the upcoming week. This also does get emailed directly to your NECC email address. And if you happen to have already downloaded the Blackboard app, and if you haven't, I strongly recommend that you do so. Anytime I post an announcement, it will also remind you on your phone that an announcement has been posted. It'll also alert you when I post a grade for you or anything like that. So it's a great thing to have because it'll be in the palm of your hand and it will be great reminders for you throughout the semester. The first announcement is going to tell you to come to this Read Me First section in order to get started in the course. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure you watch both of these orientation videos so that you have all the information that you need to get started in the course. This is a fully online course, so just to kind of give you an overview about what an online class is and is not. An online class is not easier, it is not less work, it's not less material than what we cover in a normal face-to-face class, and it's not a class that does not have deadlines. What an online class is that it's convenient. It's convenient for you in the fact that you don't actually have to attend class. It's also flexible so that you get to select the days and times that work best for your schedule each week to work on the assignments. You are still connected to me, your faculty member, so if you want to come in during my office hours and meet with me, you can send me emails. Anything that you're struggling with, I'm more than happy to walk you through. And most importantly, it is a class, meaning that you still have to put in the time and effort that you would if you were coming for a face-to-face course. So there are deadlines that you're going to meet, but again, it's a little bit flexible of when you get the opportunity to do your work, you do it at a time that you have available for you. You are still expected to work on this class every week. It is established that way, that you are still going to want to make sure you're logging in to Cengage, working on your assignments so that you don't fall behind. One of my best piece of advice to anyone that's taking an online class is to schedule time every week as if you had to come to class to work on this work. That way you don't miss anything, you don't fall behind, you don't wait to the last minute and realize that you have a ton of assignments due that you won't be able to finish by the due date. In terms of emails, please make sure you're using the email address that I provide to you in the syllabus. I have disabled the email feature in Blackboard because when you email me through Blackboard, it only lives in Blackboard. It never actually notifies me in my email that I have an email in Blackboard. And I like to get back to my students as soon as possible. So please make sure you're using that email address. Over here on the left-hand side under My Grades, all of your grades for the semester will be posted there, as well as your grades will be posted in Cengage now, so you can find them in both locations. You have some resources. So one of the resources over here is what I call Professor Quinn example videos. And in these example videos, I walk you through examples in your textbook to show you how to properly solve them. So this can be extremely helpful when you're getting stuck on assignment. So even if I'm not covering the exact exercise that you are working on, I might still be covering the same topic. So still come here, take a look, see if there's something in there that might be helpful for you. Also, if it's been a while since you've taken financial accounting, so Accounting 101 and Accounting 102, and you kind of forget about what accounts are on each financial statements or debits and credits and all that kind of stuff, in that Professor Quinn example video folder, you'll also find what I call kind of some refresher documents that can kind of brush you up on those basic accounting concepts before you jump into intermediate accounting. Over here on the left-hand side, you see a discussions link, and there are 2 discussion board posts that are available to you throughout the entire semester. And the first is called Have a Question. So if you're ever home at night and you're working on your homework and you've watched my Professor Quinn videos, you've used the resources that are available to you on Cengage, and you're still just so stuck on something, and it's late at night, so you know I won't be able to get back to you right away, you can actually post your question here. Please note that this is only for homework questions. It's not for quiz or test questions, but you can post it there, and maybe one of your classmates who could be working on the same assignment at the same hour might be able to answer that question for you. Please also still email me what your question is, because either way, I want to make sure your question does get answered. The second discussion board that's available to you is called A Piece of Advice. In these two orientation videos, I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of resources that are available to you both on Blackboard and on Cengage Now. And it's very easy to forget about one. So here, post your best piece of advice to your classmates. And you can do this at any point during the semester of really what is working best for you in order to help you be successful in this class. So maybe it's a certain study tool, maybe it's coming to see me during my office hours, whatever the case may be, post that here. And then stop into this discussion board post every once in a while and see what your classmates are utilizing to help them be successful in this course as well. So you have 9 important steps you need to complete in order to get started in this course. So again, first thing is watch both of the orientation videos. You want to read through the entire syllabus. We'll touch on some of the main components of the syllabus in a moment, but please make sure to read through the entire piece. You are going to sign and date the syllabus agreement form and submit it to me. This is a graded homework assignment. You then want to print out the calendar and the homework quiz and test schedule because this has all of the due dates and times for every assignment and every test that you have due this semester. It is wonderful to hang it up on your refrigerator or to put it on your desk or your workspace when you're doing your homework so that you can check off the assignments as you go. You can make sure that you don't miss anything. The worst thing that you can do in an online class is fall behind. So you want to make sure that you're not missing anything, and these 2 documents are going to help you do that. You're then going to introduce yourself to the classmates using your discussion link below, and you have to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' introductions. So this is also a graded homework assignment, so please make sure you're doing that. You'll also want to read through the email etiquette document, which is right here, that has some important information, so please make sure to read through that. Then you're going to complete the syllabus scavenger hunt quiz. This is also a graded homework assignment. Then you're going to click into the Cengage Now link, which we'll talk about in a minute, and follow the instructions in order to get registered into our Cengage Now course. Cengage Now is required for this class. And then you're going to complete the first assignment in Cengage Now. I also recommend, again, very strongly that you download that Blackboard app for your phone. And if you haven't done it already, here are the Blackboard app instructions, what icon to download all of that information. So you can find that right here. So down here, you're going to find 3 important pieces: your syllabus, that printable calendar, and the homework quiz and test schedule. So the syllabus is going to contain all our information regarding test dates, grading, college-wide and course-wide policies. All of that stuff is going to be included in there. So at the syllabus, what you're going to find at the top is my contact information. Email is definitely the easiest and fastest way to get in touch with me. I'm certainly on email far more frequently than I'm sitting in my office. Textbook material. We are going to be using Intermediate Accounting, the 3rd edition. That is by Whalen and Jones. If by chance you purchased the Intermediate Accounting 2nd edition when you took Intermediate Accounting 2 in the spring semester, don't worry about that. If you've bought Cengage Unlimited when you purchase that, if you purchased a 1-year subscription, you can simply just add that new textbook. If you bought the actual physical textbook, please get in touch with me and we'll work something out for you. But your Intermediate Accounting textbook, if you buy Cengage Unlimited, you have options. So you can buy it for 1 term, for 12 months, or for 2 years. If you haven't taken Intermediate Accounting 2, please buy the 1-year subscription because we're going to be using the same textbook in Intermediate Accounting 2. Also, there are several other courses that are covered in the business programs that fall into Cengage Unlimited. So this is a wonderful way to save yourself a lot of money. If you're on financial aid, you can also still buy a Cengage Unlimited access code at the bookstore using your textbook voucher, but you certainly don't need to buy everything. So you either buy Cengage Unlimited or you can buy the textbook package, also available at the bookstore, that will give you the hard copy version of the textbook and a Cengage access code. So you can purchase that. That's far more expensive than Cengage Unlimited. Cengage Unlimited will give you access to Cengage Now. It will give you access to the ebook, and it will also give you the option to rent a textbook, a hard copy version of the textbook, for just $7.99. So they'll ship it to you for free, and you give a return label to ship it back for free. So there's a lot of wonderful options for the textbook. You do have to have passed Accounting 102 with a C or better. If you did not meet that requirement, please withdraw from this course and re-register for an Accounting 102. Again, emails are, again, please send to that email address that was at the top of the syllabus. Also, please make sure that you're only using your Northern Essex Community College email address when you're emailing me. That way it ensures that I actually get it and that it does not go into my spam folder. Please also make sure that you are being professional in your emails, that you are not using text message language and you are not doing lowercase letters when they should have been uppercase. Please make sure, again, read through that email etiquette document that's on Blackboard that has a lot of useful information. For grading, your homework and quizzes are going to count for 30% of your final grade. Every assignment, so every lecture assignment, homework assignment, adaptive study plan, is a prerequisite for the next, and you have to receive an overall score of a 72.5% or better on each assignment in order to then move to the next one. So you have 2 attempts on lecture assignments, you have 3 attempts on homework assignments. You have the ability to really structure that 30% however you want to by the end of the semester. That could be an A or that could be an F. So if you fall behind in your assignments and you're submitting things late, you're not going to get credit for them, and that 30% can really drag down your overall grade by the end of the semester. If you're going ahead and you're planning time every week to work on the class, that 30% could be a solid A and really help pull up your grade at the end of the semester. So this is on you. So if you receive a 72.5% on or higher on your first attempt, so let's say you get a 75% on your first attempt, that allows you to move forward. But if you want to take that assignment again for the second time, you see what you've done right, you've seen what you've done wrong, you've learned from your mistakes, you can go back in and take it for the second time. And let's say on the second attempt you get an 85, the 85 would count for you in the class instead of the 75. However, please note that only attempts that you submit by the due date and time will count towards your final grade. So if you take that second attempt 3 days after the due date, that 85 doesn't count for you. The 75 would stay. It is your responsibility to manage your time properly to make sure everything is submitted on time. However, I know that things come up, life gets busy, so every student is allowed 2 assignment extensions during the semester. You cannot use these on quizzes or exams, and they are for individual assignments only. So for example, the Chapter 3 homework assignment part 1. It does not relate to an entire chapter's worth of assignments. So you can't email me and say, I need an extension on the Chapter 3 assignments. That's not going to work. They're for one individual assignment. To get the extension, you have to email me prior to the due date and time, and you will get a 24-hour extension in order to complete the assignment. If you do not complete an assignment on time, you do not request an extension, you will still have to complete that assignment. You will still have to get to a 72.5% or better, but you will receive a 0 for that in this class. So please make sure that you are paying very close attention to those assignment due dates. This is a fully online course, so doing your homework is such an essential component of you understanding and learning the material. You'll have 4 quizzes this semester. The 4 quizzes will count in total as 10% of your final grade. And you get to take your quizzes twice, and the higher of the 2 grades count for your grade in this class. And then finally, you have tests. You're going to have 4 tests this semester. In total, they count for 60% of your grade. Test number 1 is only on Chapter 3, and Chapter 3 is a refresher chapter, going over all the things that you covered in Accounting 101 and 102. So that test is going to count as 10% of your grade. Your remaining 3 tests are weighted on a sliding scale. So your lowest exam grade for test 2, 3, and 4, whichever one's your lowest, will count for 10% of your grade. Your highest out of those 3 will count for 25%, and the one in the middle will count for 15%. There are no extra credit assignments given in this course, so you really want to make sure you're making that 30%, that homework grade, the best grade that you can possibly make it. So retake those assignments. Do not wait to the day that the assignments are due to try to start all the assignments. I'm telling you right now, will never have enough time to complete them all. So please set yourself up to do well in this course rather than always trying to play that catch up. Again, this is a fully online course, and the college policy is for every 3 credit course, there's a minimum of 6 hours per week of non-instructional work and 3 hours of kind of instructional components. So for an online class, that means you should be budgeting for this course 9 hours of at-home work per week. So please make sure that you have the ability to take on all the coursework that you're taking on this semester. Makeup tests are generally not given out of fairness for everyone that's prepared to take those exams by their scheduled due date. However, if there's something significant that has happened, please get in touch with me as soon as possible, and I will consider allowing you to do a makeup. If you, again, have any trouble, the best thing to do is get the help as soon as possible. You also are provided a printable calendar that, again, has all of the assignment due dates and times throughout the entire semester. And you have that detailed homework, quiz, and test schedule. At the top of that, I give you some really important information. So read through all of this. And then you will see all of your assignments, when they're available to you, when they are due, how many attempts you have on them, and the overall minimum score that you need. So for example, when you get to Chapter 3 Adaptive Study Plan and you pass that with a 72.5% or better, test number 1 will open for you, as well as the Chapter 4 lecture assignment. There's no minimum score required that you get on your tests and your quizzes. You do have the ability to get ahead in the class, so if you know that you have a busy work week coming up, make sure that you take that opportunity to get yourself ahead. Once you've read through all of this information, and please make sure to read through all of it, something very important to note here is that I will never give more than 2 extensions to each student. It would be extremely unfair for me to do that. So everyone gets 2 and 2 alone. Once you've read through all of that, you're going to follow the instructions here and upload your syllabus agreement form. You're going to complete the syllabus scavenger hunt quiz, and you're going to introduce yourself to your classmates. Over here, again, that's where you'll find those Professor Quinn example videos that you can find. I have example videos for every single chapter that we are covering this semester, and there's a folder that's created. These are YouTube videos. And then here's where you can find those kind of refresher cheat sheets about Accounting 101 and 102 information. Once the fall tutoring schedule is available, I will post that here for you. And under Cengage now is all of the directions that you need to get yourself logged into our course. Again, there's information regarding Cengage Unlimited and what other courses are covered, and then the information here of how to get yourself actually logged into our course. And then down below, if you run into any technical issues with Cengage now, I've provided you some troubleshooting things that can work under both Edge, Chrome, and Firefox. So that's the end of the orientation video part 1. Part 2, we'll talk about Cengage now.